Our 2026 baseball previews continue. It's opening day, and we're with the head baseball coach of the Marksville Tigers, Coach Tucker Dauzat. And Coach, appreciate you joining us. Your third season as the skipper there in Marksville, had 11 wins in 2024, 5 last year. So catch us up on how y'all's prep has gone for this year and what y'all's main goals are early. Trying to make a playoff run there in non-select D3.
Right. Yeah, it's going into my third year. Kind of just working with the same guys. Going into my third year, I had a lot of those guys young. I still have an extremely young team. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I'm starting tonight 6 sophomores. But being able to work with them from their 8th grade year moving forward, I just see a lot of the same old things that we work on, the same mottos we follow, controlling the controllables and things like that. Me being in their ear for now the last 2 years, they're finally beginning to take that extra step, understand exactly what I expect of them, and the standard that I'm trying to create here. This is something that Marksville High baseball hasn't always been. It's been hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. And all I'm trying to do here is just kind of set a standard to where, the expectation is it's the playoffs every year. And, the longer my tenure here gets, the expectations, I expect them to carry higher.
So you've got a kind of a core group there of guys that are returning that are going to help make that push. And it gives you experience kind of right up there in the middle of the field with the mound, your center fielder, and kind of your middle infielders there. Talk about some of those guys that you'll be kind of dependent on to set the tone and carry out what you've been trying to install here the past couple of years.
All right. The center fielder, Dylan Briette, he's a speedster. That's what he does. He flies around the outfield, kind of controls that whole situation for me. My shortstop, Austin Lachney, he's the tone setter. We go as he goes, period. A lot of the times he's going to be, in college words, he's the Friday night guy. He's the guy that we're going to throw up there. We're hoping he sets the tone, and we kind of go as he goes in that mantra. And then I have 2 more sophomores that we're really going to be dependent on this year. Like you said, in the middle infield, and another guy on the mound, JP Grimion, as well as Bryce Juno. Bryce Juno is a really hot bat, batting at the top of the lineup, high percentage on base guy, really quick guy. We just, as stated before, I'm just hoping that these guys take that next step. Yes, they are sophomores. Yes, they are considered to be in the high school ranks a little young. But majority of these guys started for me last year. We took the bumps and bruises last year as a young team, and we're hoping to, kind of roll with the punches a little bit better, be able to withstand some of that, and take that next step this year. Just more of a leadership aspect for them on the team. Not so much barking for me anymore. I'm hoping that they kind of take what I have to say, and they kind of do the coaching for me on the field.
And so, with year 3, and for a lot of head coaches, year 3 kind of being a pivotal year where you finally get to decide, okay, look, all of my upperclassmen at this point have been, baptized in my system and gone through the ways that we wanted to establish things. So have you kind of seen that during your third full season that, hey, maybe my brand and my procedures that I want to see day in and day out are starting to take shape and become habit?
Man, I couldn't have said it any better than what you just said. The team that I came into my first year, I was really blessed and lucky. I had 6 seniors, and look, they were starving. They were starving for wins. They were starving for that discipline factor. We came in year 1. We hosted a home playoff game for the first time, and I think it was 16 or 17 years. So, the noise around the program was really high. And then losing those guys, we kind of lost a little bit of the leadership factor last year. I think those guys realized that, hey, it doesn't come just as easy as walking out on the field and playing baseball. I don't really think that they saw the amount of work that those seniors had put in. But as you just stated, those younger guys that watch the highs, that watch the lows, that watch the good and the bad, they're all putting it together, and it's culminating for them. It is. I couldn't have said it better myself. Like you said, going into my third year, yeah, we do have a couple new faces, but majority of the guys in the program have been with me. They know what I want. They know what I expect. And I'm hoping, just as you said, that they kind of, model myself as well as my assistant coaches and just kind of take that I guess for a lack of a better word, that dog mentality out there onto the field. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. We suit up, we dress up the same as everybody else. Now let's just go take care of business. I can take, just like I tell them, I can take physical errors on the field. The game of baseball, it's gonna come, right? But for us, we can't beat ourselves. So mental errors cannot happen with us. We're constantly talking, we're constantly communicating on the field. And that's the kind of brand of ball that we like to play.
Yeah, and yeah, judging by some of your leaders and your letterman from last year line up on defense, obviously that as well as pitching, those controllables that you mentioned have been important for y'all. When it is y'all's turn to bat, what are y'all going to be looking to do to try to score runs? What kind of ways do y'all look to try to get your offense going? And how did some of your guys, pitch in to make that happen?
Right. Man, for me, myself, and the rest of the staff, we try to encourage these guys so much to be dirt bags. Put the ball down, make the defense make a play. Put the pressure on the defense in that regard. Try to make them make the mistakes and things like that. That's something that I truly, and I don't know if it's this new age of player or what it is, but they don't love the idea of putting the ball down, this, that, and the other. And that's what my first group did really well. Um, so we strive to do that. But the group that I have, yes, sophomores, they do have a little bit of pop in the bat, and we are going to look to swing it a little bit more this year. Maybe not so much trying to move runners on, trying to get guys on, and trying to steal a lot of bags. We have a lot of speed on the team. 1 through 9 can steal a bag for us. So it'll be a nice mixture, I think, of trying to play a little bit of small ball, but when the opportunity presents itself, we can go ahead and we get to go ahead and take that daddy hack if we need to.
Yeah, and that's a great mix for 3A. I mean, a lot of times you see 3A on down, you'll be aggressive on the base pass because then you're making a defense have a perfect throw, a perfect catch, a perfect tag, so you can stress them with just your legs. But really, at your level, you do see talent to where, yeah, there are guys that can hit, put it in the alley, and produce power on offense. So to have a 3A school right in the middle of those different brands could be beneficial. Looking at your schedule early on, you've got, like I said, you'll had the Jamboree on Saturday, which is a really great event for the parish to kind of get started and make the regular season feel real. But coming off that Jamboree and what you learned and what you saw early on Saturday, how's that going to lead into what you're going to try to do early with your regular season?
Man, it boils down to our guys on the bump. They've got to set the tone, stay around the zone. Make it competitive. We can't afford, just like I told you before, we can't afford to make the mental errors. We can't afford to walk guys and just give guys free bases. We can't do that. We feel that we work enough on defense. We feel that we're smart enough on defense that we can make a play in any situation. But it's up to our pitchers to be able to give that defense that opportunity. And that's what we're looking to do. We actually did a pretty solid job of that during the Jamboree, of throwing a lot of strikes and things like that. We've just got to do a lot better job of executing in the box. It's not so much, like I said, when I entered the program a couple of years ago, guys were excited to be able just to put the bat on the ball. We're past that. It's a mindset when you enter the box. It's pitch by pitch, and it's trying to stay ahead of the pitcher. You can't get stuck trying to hit a pitcher's pitch. And that's something that we fell into a little bit in the Jamboree. And I think I could credit some of that a little bit to a little bit of the nerves, a little bit of them still being a little young. But at the same time, look, a lot of you guys played for me last year. A lot of you guys started for me last year. You got baptized by fire last year. We've grown from it. We're a little bit older, and we need to take that next step. And I'm hoping we will.
So what would be in your mind? You've installed a lot of the culture things that you want guys to be familiar with. You've taught underclassmen how to be leaders as they've grown older. And you mentioned that y'all have really worked on some things to where y'all can, get to that next level as hitters at the plate and what you're able to do during at bat. So what is the one big thing early on? Let's say during the pre-district season, the next step that you want to see will look like what in your mind amongst your roster?
Well, man, you said it perfect. And, for a lack of a better word, I feel like culture is so much, it's an overused word, right? But it's for a lack of a better word. And I truly feel that when we came in here, we did shock these guys with kind of what we brought to the table and what we expect from them. And just as you said, pre-district, what we're looking to do is we're looking to put the ball on the ground. Period. We're looking to put the ball in play. We're looking to put the ball on the ground, and we're looking for hard contact up the middle. That's the mindset. Because look, in the 3A level, you put the ball in the outfield, a lazy fly ball and things like that. It's about a 90% chance that it's going to be an out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there's the human error into it as well as when you hit it on the ground. I mean, you don't know what kind of hop the ball is going to get. You don't know what kind of roll it's going to get, this, that, and other. So I preach to my guys that all the time. Listen, if we can't get nothing to drive early in the count, when we get a 2-strike count, you got to find a way to fight and put that ball on the ground. Because just as I stated before, I find that we're extremely athletic. So us moving down the line after we put that ball on the ground puts an extreme amount of what's the right word I'm looking for? It makes the defense have to worry.
Yeah, and you got multiple guys that got to do something correctly in one play.
Right, and it becomes the pressure. Then it becomes put on the defense, and that's what I tell the guys all the time. Listen, don't just go up there and be an easy out. Don't hit pitchers, and that's the mindset for us pre-district. We're looking to drive the ball early in counts. We're looking to late in counts if we do fall behind. Try to just fight and put the ball on the ground. Don't be an easy out, and things like that. Put a little bit more pressure on the defense, and that's kind of what we're looking to do pre-district.
Yeah, so sounds like Coach Dauzat, as far as the physical game goes, a focus on the details and the little things, and as far as the mental game goes, a focus on the big picture has been where y'all have concentrated and tried to build this Tiger baseball program here in your third regular season. So home opener is today versus Oakdale. Should be like we've got great weather outside, so a great environment is sure to be there in Evolis Parish, and hopefully today is the start of a good Tiger spring for y'all.
Yes, sir. I sure do appreciate it, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your time, and yeah, we'll be keeping track of y'all all spring long.
I also want to add in there, my man. Hey, I appreciate what 446 is doing for the Law. Just in regards to all sports, I told you that in the text message. Look, people love their sports around here, and they're passionate about it. And what you guys are doing is incredible, keeping everybody in the loop with everything going on. So I wanted to tip my hat to you guys in that perspective.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's all the communities that make it happen. So yeah, we're thrilled to do it all together. Yes, sir. Go Tigers.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.